Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So today I'm here to do a little sit down video and just kind of like having a chat about some brands I've never tried before. So I've kind of done a video like kind of similar to this recently about products that I really want to try but not sure if they're worth it, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with some brands today. So a lot of these products are going to be probably quite high end as well, so a lot of the times that's probably why I haven't tried anything, but I thought I would just kind of sit down, talk about them, and if you have any kind of comments, please leave them in the comment section, just so if you had any kind of recommendations on these brands or any of the products that they have, I'd be really interested to try out. So the first brand that I want to talk about is Melt Cosmetics. So as I'm filming this, I have already ordered something from them, so I will be trying something soon. So I've ordered one of their new blushes. So they have cream blushes that came out recently, and as soon as I saw the blush itself, I absolutely fell in love with the look of them. I've always wanted to try Melt Cosmetics, especially their eyeshadows. They have this green eyeshadow palette, which I think is called, you know what, I can't remember what it's called. I'll put a picture of it here. But it just looks like one of the nicest palettes. But again, they're very expensive. They're around £50 for an eyeshadow palette. And they also have this amazing highlighter, which kind of has embossed like a skull. And that was part of their, I believe it was like one of their Day of the Dead kind of collaborations that came out. But again, they're a brand that I have seen on Beauty Bay. I'm always trying to have a look at what they've got, but again, just a little bit expensive for me. I've only ever heard really good things, especially when it comes to those eyeshadow palettes. I just have heard good things. But when I received the cream blush, because I got it from Beauty Bay, I think it was £16, so it's a little bit on the higher end of what I would really spend. But I was like, you know what, I really want to give it a go. And I've been watching beauty news a lot, and they've obviously been talking about like a lot of new products that are coming out. And as soon as I saw the cream blush, and because I've been loving the e.l.f. one so much, I was like, you know what, I'm going to see if this is kind of any different. Of course, the formula is going to be different, and it's like high end and low end. So I might do a video on like comparing higher end to low end products. But yeah, the first brand that I just wanted to try was Melt Cosmetics. So yeah, I will be trying a product very soon, but just especially the eyeshadows, I just really want to try those. So the next brand that I want to talk about is Milani. So I only have tried one product from Milani, and I know they're not expensive at all because you can pick them up in Boots. I've tried their blush previously, and it was really nice. The only problem is it got really, really dry. And then when I tried to use it, it just, the pigmentation had just like disappeared. So I was kind of like, don't really want to pick up another one, because how much blush do I really go through, especially when it comes to like a powder blush. And I thought, okay, let me see what other products they got. And of course they've got dozens of products. And I've heard really good things about their concealers, their foundations. What else are good? I mean, I don't think I've really heard anything good about anything else apart from like those two, but I just think they seem really interesting. And again, a lot of these products I'm going to be talking about are on Beauty Bay, because I'm constantly on their app to see what brands they have on there, what's coming out new. And I believe Milani have come out with some new primers. I think they might have just come out with like a CBD primer, which looks really interesting as well. But as a whole of a brand, they just seem like a really decent, you know, kind of cruelty-free brand that have really nice products, especially when it comes to the foundation, again, and the concealer. I've only heard good things. So if you have tried any of them, let me know. I know they're not as expensive. I believe the concealer is probably around £12 or even less than that. So if I hear any good things, I'll give it a go. So the next brand that I really want to try, actually, okay, some of these brands, I've tried maybe like one or two of their products, but I think what the whole point of me is to expand on wanting to try more. So the next brand I want to talk about is NARS. I have tried maybe 3 of their products. Recently I purchased one of their lip creams, which is super duper nice. I want to do like a review on it as well, because I've tried it once, part of one of my videos, but I didn't talk about the product. I've tried their blush, and I've got like a mini version of one of their lipsticks, because the blush and that lipstick came as a duo, and I believe that is in the shade Orgasm, which is like the most iconic shade. I like it. It's not the best like kind of pigmentation for me, to be honest. It's got a little bit of glitter in there, which it's alright. It's not like right up my street when it comes to blushes. I like to have a very bright blush, but when it comes to the lipstick, it's okay. I think it was like a pink shade, so it's not really my type of thing. But that lip cream was really nice. It's just a shame that it doesn't dry down as matte as I thought it would, because it did kind of transfer a bit, which is a bit annoying. But the products that I actually want to try is their foundation, because a lot of people have been raving about their new foundation recently, and some of their eyeshadow palettes as well. They look absolutely gorgeous, but they're absolutely expensive at the same time. I know you can pick up NARS on maybe Cult Beauty and also Look Fantastic maybe, and of course like Selfridges, like a lot of the higher end places, but I just feel just a tad too expensive for me. But I know that if you put in the money, you'll be getting good products. But like I've said so many times, it doesn't matter what, you know, how expensive a product is. Sometimes the cheaper products could be the best ones. Like for me, that's why I like Makeup Revolution, I like Elf, I even like MUA and what they called Collection. Like a lot of their products are under £5, but they have good quality makeup, whereas I know a brand, for example, like NARS and Charlotte Tilbury, they have the most ridiculous prices for their products, but a lot of the times they do work. So sometimes putting in the money can make a difference, but sometimes I can't afford that. Like I personally don't think I can afford, you know, £50 on a bronzing palette or possibly a blush palette, just because within my pay range I just can't justify it, because of course I'd rather have more cheaper makeup than one really expensive product. But when it comes to NARS, again, like I mentioned, I really want to try their foundation, their eyeshadows, and I've heard that their bronzers are really good as well. Of course, I'm not much of a bronzer person because I like to be like a ghost, but I always feel like it's interesting to contour, so I'm trying to learn my ways into actually contouring and bronzing. So yeah, that's it on NARS. And the next product is sorry, I just went completely quiet there, but LA Girl, sorry. Yeah, LA Girl, again, a really cheap brand that I've seen on Beauty Bay, but for some reason I have never tried them, and I've seen so many of their products kind of in do they sell them? I can't remember. There was a shop somewhere that that sells them, but I've never picked up any of their products because I think maybe mentally, like, you know, when I've said this in a few videos before, where I see a brand that's super cheap, but I'm just like, is that really good? And I won't know unless I try it. So of course they're on Beauty Bay as well. They do some really nice lip products. They do foundations, and they do like color correcting sticks as well. I'm not too big on color correcting because, I mean, if I could get a good foundation that will cover up my red, I'm happy with that. Like, that is sorted. But I think what I'd like to try from LA Girl is probably their eyeshadow palettes. Some of their lip products look really nice. And again, I think one of their lip pencils tend to be around like maybe £2.50 or even £2. A lot of their eyeshadow palettes I've seen are around £10. So they're quite interesting. I mean, if you have tried them, let me know. Of course, with all these brands, I want to know if anyone's tried them because they seem interesting to me. So the next brand is ABH. So ABH, yeah. And I keep on forgetting what they call Anastasia Beverly Hills. Thank you. My brain just disappears sometimes. And again, this goes the same with a lot of when it comes to price points as well. Their palettes are meant to be fantastic, and you know, there's a couple products out there that I've heard are not very good, but when it comes to the eyeshadow palettes, apparently they're amazing. So I have always wanted to try them. Again, they're in their £50 range, £60 range when it comes to an eyeshadow palette. I can't justify how, like, spending that much money. I think the most expensive palette I ever purchased is probably like the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson palette, and that was what, £50, and we know how that went. So I'm not comparing it to like the drama that they've gone through, as in like the quality of it just for me personally wasn't amazing. But I think with certain brands like ABH and NARS and stuff like that, they have good quality products. Again, that's probably why they're so expensive. But again, with ABH, a lot of their stuff is more around their eyeshadow palettes, and like they did with Jackie Aina, they've got a Kali Bible one, and of course the I can't remember what her name is, the main girl who like runs it. My brain will remember this after I filmed it. But yeah, a lot of their eyeshadow palettes are meant to be amazing, really pigmented. But yeah, again, they're on Beauty Bay as well, and a lot of the times they do have a sale on, but the sale doesn't really seem to be that much. Like their foundation at the moment, I think their foundation normally is around £42. Why why does it have to be that expensive? And even on like some maybe a small discount, it would still be £35. So again, just a tad bit expensive for me, but I've heard ABH are quite good. So the next brand I kind of want to talk about is, I've got like a little list here, so I'm just trying to go in some kind of order, is Unicorn Cosmetics. So again, they're on Beauty Bay, but they have their own website as well, like all these brands do. And they always tend to have like a sale on, which is quite interesting. They do really nice highlighters, it seems. Their eyeshadow palettes look pretty good. And also their, did I say highlighters? They do, yeah, do lashes, they do highlighters. And I've heard some decent things about their products, especially their highlighters are meant to be quite nice. I've got one of their highlighters in my kind of wish list on Beauty Bay, because I'm seeing like if it ever goes on sale. But even though I think it's like £12, so it's not the most expensive. I mean, that's not really expensive at all. I mean, I just spent £27 on the Ofra one and I really shouldn't be complaining about £12 to be honest, but you know, again, with a brand that I've never tried before, is I'm quite skeptical. And of course, when it comes to just like watching reviews, I've always like to see like an honest review, because I really want to purchase the KVD Apple foundation, but the only reviews that I've seen have been sponsored videos, and I'm like, okay, I can only imagine that the person who is doing this doing the video really believes that this is a good product, but I'd rather someone talk about it that isn't sponsored. And that kind of goes with a lot of the brands that I'm talking about, because not every brand is going to sponsor people, but when you see a sponsored video, you just want an honest review, not because they're getting paid. But going back to Unicorn Cosmetics, I've kind of trailed off, sorry, but yeah, they seem to be just like a nice kind of cheaper brand that seem really nice. And the palette that they came out recently, I'm pretty sure it's them, where they have like in each pan it's like 2 shades, so it's like in half and they're 2 different shades. They just look really nice. They just look like a great palette. I think that palette might be around £30, which is not too bad, considering it seems quite a big palette as well. So yeah, and then the last brand that I want to talk about is Be Perfect, and I have seen a lot of their stuff on there. I think it's what, the Stacey Marie palette, I think it's called, which is like a big seller. I've seen so many people talk about this damn palette. Like I think there's 2 palettes that have been released. There was one that came out quite recently, and there was the one that has the highlighters with it as well. Again, I've only heard really good things about this palette. The brand, I haven't really heard anything about them, to be honest. It's really funny, on their Instagram, they had a post about people getting an affiliate code. So I thought, oh, let me see if I can apply for it. And it got rejected. And it doesn't tell you why you got rejected. But everyone I saw in the comment section was rejected. And they didn't really point out the reason. Like, you know, do you need this many followers? Do you need, you know, this many people on YouTube or Instagram and blah, blah, blah. And I just found it so strange. And I'm kind of like, are they just doing it to try and get some hype around the brand? But I've not really heard much else. I know they came out recently with a collab with one of the drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race, I believe. But I'm sorry, I don't know what their name is, because I haven't seen the show and I can't remember what the collab is called. But they've got some really nice lipsticks. Like they've got some blue lipsticks. And I believe there's an eyeshadow palette that came out as well, which seems quite nice. But yeah, again, with any of these products, any of these brands, that you have tried, let me know and what your favourite product is, because I'm always intrigued about buying new stuff and trying out, even if they're just a bit expensive. I'll maybe put it in a wish list and see if there's a sale on anytime soon. But yeah, this is brands that I really want to try and some products that I really want to try. Again, I'll be coming up with more products soon because there's always new stuff coming out and always just brands that I want to try. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on my social media because I'm always active on there. So yeah, I hope you're doing well, you're healthy, safe and happy. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.